Disclaimer. Sometimes I talk about my mental health in my videos. If any of that makes you uncomfortable, please turn away now. My videos are about being more positive towards oneself and their art, but sometimes things get real on this channel. Moving forward, I will be putting this disclaimer on all of my videos. Thank you. Hi. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I hope that you are doing well, and if you're not, I hope you find time to take care of yourself because you are important. If you're new here, welcome. My name is 𝒍𝒍𝒐𝒘 and I just talk about things that are life and art related while I draw, and you watch a time lapse of whatever it is that I'm doing in the background, and I talk about stuff. So yeah, again, life, art related. If you like that kind of stuff, consider subscribing. If not, that's okay. If you're joining us today for the first time and the only time, I appreciate you. So thank you. Hopefully you enjoy this video. In today's video, I just want to talk about the unrealistic expectations that are set upon us at a very young age, and something that I feel has affected me profoundly. And so I feel like I wanted to make a video about this. I don't know what came over me, but the other day I was thinking about my life and my goals and where I wanted to be at my age. And to be quite honest, I was throwing myself a self-loathing pity party, and I told myself I didn't want to be a little, I was going to say pity labelle, but that sounds kind of strange. Or like petty labelle, but I wasn't being petty. I was just throwing myself a pity party. Well, I guess I was being a little bit petty because, let's be honest, sometimes you think about your life and you start to kind of get jealous of what other people have and what you don't, right? But like, grass is always greener, da da da. Anyways, whatever. Big pity party for myself. Got myself out of it. I'm okay. But I started to remember back when I was in college, I had all these goals or dreams, as you would, right? And I had these concrete, set in stone goals that I wanted to meet. I told myself that at age 25, I want to be here. And by the time I'm 30, I want to be there. And somehow I always made like 5-year goals for myself. I don't know why, but that was like a thing. But somewhere along the way, things just didn't work out the way I planned, as they never do, right? For all of us, like sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. The salary I thought I was going to be making was a long lost dream. And I thought things would be easier when I graduated college because, well, I had a bachelor degree. And to be honest, the reality is it didn't change anything. Growing up, I was always told to go to school, get good grades, and then go off to college because that was going to make me money and give me a comfortable life. And boy, were they wrong. I mean, some things do give you a comfortable life depending on what you do in college or like what you study, but like not everything. So, but it was generalized for me that if you just go to college and you just get a degree, you'll earn more money. It's like I had everybody in my life drilling into me that I needed to know what I was going to do for the rest of my life by the time I was 18. If I didn't know what career I wanted by 18, or if I didn't know what I wanted to study by the time I was 18, then I was a failure, a bum, a loser, a late bloomer, a dumb bitch. You get the point. Now that I'm older and looking back on my life, I realize that this is all BS. And I've known this for a little while now, but I think this is the first time I'm coming on this channel and talking about it. Or maybe I've made a video about this before. Who the hell knows? I don't even know what other videos I've made on like the shit that I talk about on my channel. But we're starting new. So you know what? I'm making this. If I have made this in the past, I'm making this again. This unrealistic expectation to tell 18-year-olds, hey, you need to know what you're doing for the rest of your life right this second. It's so detrimental. Who thought of this? Now, I'm sure there are a lot of logistics, and this can lead to a whole new discussion, but that's not the point of this video. Maybe that's a video for another time. The point I am trying to make is, well, You don't need to know what you're going to do for the rest of your life at 18. I think life is a journey and you should be presented with plenty of options before making big life decisions. Not to mention expensive ones too, like buying a car, buying a house, couple thousand, getting a couple $1,000 loan or a couple $100,000 student loan, like a large business loan. And I'm sure the list could go on and on. I think you shouldn't make decisions until you are ready to make them. And what do I mean by that? Well, if you don't know what you're doing, then maybe don't do it until you understand it. Ask the opinions of those who are older and have already gone through the journey. This is not to put young people down, and I'm not trying to write you off. I'm coming from a place of regret and just want to offer some sound, solid, grounded advice that was never given to me when I was 17. Get opinions from a bunch of people, even opinions you may not agree with, or maybe things you don't want to hear. Stay open-minded and humble. If you don't agree with something, that's okay. You can respectfully agree to disagree and move on. I think that is what I should have done, and I didn't. I was not at all humble when I was a teen. I thought I knew everything, and I think I've always been like that. I think we're all like that to some extent. We're all kind of, oh, I know better, I know better when it comes to me. And that may be true, but I think sometimes we do get caught up in that a little too much and we lose sight of things. Unfortunately, I was the first to go to college in my household, and I looked to my mom for guidance since she was really the only one I trusted in my life and really the only adult I had in my life. But because she had never gone to college, she also did not really understand the process or what options there were out there. So we both made really bad choices, one that I regret to this day, but that's a story for another time. There's also a lot of logistics like language barriers and, my mom is an immigrant. So there's just a huge story behind that too. So I don't blame my mom. I'm not trying to be like, oh mom, you fucked up. No, absolutely not. I don't think so. I think the system failed us all. I think it failed her. I think it failed me. I think it's failing all of us. Let's just be honest, language barrier or not. I think we all got, I think if you live in the United States, we're screwed, right? We got screwed. At the end of the day, your life is yours, and big life decisions should be made when you are ready to make them. And when you understand the opportunities you will get from a big decision, but also the negative impacts that come with it. Make a pros and cons list. Everything has a pro and con. Almost everything we do will have a pro and con. And you can make a list to see what pros will come out of it and what cons will come out of it, and see which one of those is going to be bigger for you. Is a pros list going to be bigger or is a cons list going to be bigger? Now, this isn't a video to scare you or anything, or to tell you that you have fucked up, because listen, I already fucked up, right? This is not, and this isn't for me to feel better about myself. No, I'm just trying to get a message out there. I mean, whoever the hell will listen to this, but it's more of a, hey, I'm looking out for you kind of video, if you will. Let me know in a comment down below if you have ever made a big life decision that you regret, or tell me about a big life decision you made that was totally worth it. The only thing I ask is that you stay tactful and respectful down in the comments. I do really appreciate that in the past, my audience has always been very respectful of that and very mindful of that. And so I want to continue that as I start uploading videos again. I also know that things are not always black and white. There is nuance in everything. And there are definitely many positives I have taken from the decision I made, right? And I would like to think I am a glass half full kind of person. There's a lot of negative too from the decisions I've made, but a lot of positive. Yeah. So if we want to look at it glass half full, well, there are good things that came out of it. Well, that's all I have for today. If you like what you see and you like what you hear, consider subscribing to my channel for more content like this. And I hope you have a good morning, good afternoon, or good night wherever you are in the world. And I will catch you in the next video. Hi, thank you so much for tuning in today. Oh, that's not right. Hi, thank you so much for tuning into 𝐦𝐮𝐬𝐢𝐜's channel. Actually, I don't like that either. I like the first one. Hi.